So we've already covered essential oils for beginners, and today we are going to look at essential oils that are going to take your soap making to the next level. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. If you are new to our videos, then my name's Anne and I run this YouTube channel along with my good friend Wayne, and we also run a small business in the southeast of the UK called the Sussex Handmade Soap Company. And today we are going to be chatting a bit about essential oils. A couple of months back we did a video where we covered essential oils that in our opinion are really good for beginners, and we had a really positive response to that video, and we had people asking us to do follow-up videos covering some further essential oils. So that is exactly what we are doing today. So the essential oils that we are covering today are all essential oils that for one reason or another didn't quite make it into our top 6 for beginners. And there is a variety of different reasons as to why they didn't quite make it into our top 6 list, but they are all lovely essential oils. They are popular essential oils, and they are ones that we would definitely recommend if you are looking to kind of take your soap making to the next level. So without any further chit chat, let's get straight into them. I'm going to tell you what the oils are, how much they cost, and where in the UK you can purchase them as well. This is in no specific order, so I'm going to grab our first one just here, and this is Needle Siberian. And this is a lovely essential oil that we like to use kind of around Christmas time because it does give a really kind of pine foresty scent. It is not too expensive either. This one was purchased from Mystic Moments in the UK, and it costs, I've got my little sheet here, Fir Needle, £36.95 for 500 grams. So it is on the cheaper end of the scale. The reason we didn't vote this one as one of our top essential oils for beginners is that this, in our opinion, works better as part of a blend. It blends really nicely with cedarwood among many other essential oils, but we wouldn't actually use this as a kind of stand-alone oil in our soap making. It is nice blended with other oils. So that is Fir Needle Siberian. The next essential oil we are going to chat about is Rose Geranium. Now, Rose Geranium is incredibly popular among our customers. When we sell our soaps, our rose soap is always one of our top sellers, and we always get loads of positive comments about how this one smells. Rose Geranium is actually a variety of geranium. It's not actually a rose as such. However, rose essential oil is ridiculously expensive, and it makes it kind of prohibitive to use real rose essential oil in soap making. And that is why we choose Rose Geranium, because Rose Geranium does have a lovely rosy scent. There are 2 reasons why we didn't include this in our top essential oils for beginners, and those 2 reasons are, number 1, the price. This is an expensive essential oil. It is nowhere near as expensive as buying a rose essential oil, but it is still expensive, and this cost us £75.95 for 500 millilitres, and that is from the Soapery here in the UK. And the Soapery is currently the cheapest place that I have found to purchase Rose Geranium. Mystic Moments do sell Rose Geranium, but it's up at about £90 for 500 grams, so it is more expensive at Mystic Moments. So considering the size of the bottle, £75.95 is a high price, and if you are a beginner, you possibly don't want to be spending that much money on your essential oils. The second reason that we didn't include it as one of our top essential oils for beginners is that Rose Geranium does have a tendency to accelerate trace in your soap batter. So when you are making your soap and you add in your essential oils, some essential oils will behave really nicely and your batter will stay nice and fluid, and some can cause your batter to thicken up really quickly and get kind of thick and gloopy, and if you're not prepared for it, it can kind of seize on you and it can be really difficult to get it into your mould. Rose Geranium does have a habit of accelerating trace, so you need to work quickly with it, and you need to be prepared for the fact that your soap batter is likely going to thicken up pretty quickly on you, so be ready to get it poured into the mould as soon as you have incorporated your rose geranium. Other than those 2 points, it is definitely an essential oil I would recommend because, as I say, customers love it. It smells just like Turkish Delight in my opinion, and it is one that we certainly wouldn't be without. So that is rose geranium. Next on our list, we have got rosemary. And rosemary is another essential oil that I wouldn't use on its own as kind of a standalone scent. However, it blends really nicely with other essential oils. And in particular, it blends nicely with lavender. And I think it blends quite nicely with lemon as well. But lavender and rosemary is a perfect combination in my opinion. It works really well, and we do a lavender and rosemary soap bar that again is very popular with our customers. Now the cost for the rosemary is kind of mid-range. This one here was £28.49, so actually it's not too bad at all. I thought it was a little bit more expensive, but no, £28.49 from the Soapery. If you went to Mystic Moments, they do lots of different varieties of rosemary. So they will have rosemary French, rosemary Tunisian, I think there's another one, but I can't remember offhand what it is. But they do a lot of different varieties of rosemary, but they are more expensive. Whereas the Soapery, it's just bog standard rosemary, but it is a cheaper price. So yeah, £28.49. So not bad. However, as I said, wouldn't use this as a stand-alone oil personally. You can if you want to. It does last fairly nicely in soap. It doesn't fade too much, but it is kind of strong, and it has a slight kind of herby medicinal smell to me, to my nostrils. So that's why I prefer to blend it with another essential oil. Rosemary. So the next oil is a definite love it or hate it. It is patchouli. And we never actually used to do a patchouli scented soap, but after we started doing fairs and events, we did a fair number, and every single time, without fail, somebody would come up and say, do you do a soap scented with patchouli? And after this had happened perhaps 8-9 times in a row, we thought, you know what, let's have a go at making a soap scented with patchouli. And it worked really well, and it is still a very popular seller for us. This patchouli oil itself is from the Soapery, and this one cost £49.95 for 500 millilitres. You can get 500 grams from Mystic Moments for £53.95. So although that is a little bit more expensive, you're actually getting 500 grams from Mystic Moments, whereas the Soapery measure in millilitres. So on a gram per gram cost, they're probably pretty similar. So I have not noticed any kind of quality differences between the Soapery's patchouli and Mystic Moments patchouli. So whichever company you choose to use, I'm sure will be fine. Patchouli gives a really nice kind of deep scent. It can be a little bit overwhelming. If you are using it as part of a blend, you use less patchouli as opposed to your other essential oils, because the patchouli can take over. It's a very strong base note. So it blends nicely with things like orange, especially if you're looking for kind of a Christmassy scented bar. Patchouli and orange is really nice, but you would need to use a higher amount of orange and a lower amount of patchouli. Otherwise the patchouli would likely take over and kind of just knock out the scent of the orange entirely. I personally love patchouli. I don't think Wayne is quite as keen as me, but I think it's a really nice scent, and it is another one that our customers do seem to enjoy as well. And the last essential oil I'm going to cover today is tea tree lemon scented. Now this is technically a tea tree oil, so although it is lemon scented, it's still classed as tea tree. And the only place I've ever really seen this in the UK is actually with Mystic Moments. The Soapery do not sell tea tree lemon scented. I believe they sell standard tea tree, but they don't do the lemon scented version. I really like this one, and the reason I like this one is that you do get kind of a nice strong lemon scent. But unlike a lemon essential oil or a orange essential oil, it doesn't actually fade too badly in soap. Citrus essential oils are notorious for fading in soap. And while the tea tree, yeah, it does get lighter over time, it doesn't fade, in my opinion, quite as much as some of the other citrus oils, and you do get a nice kind of lemony scent from it. Now, the downside to the lemon tea tree is that it is very expensive. And I believe it's on a par with the rose geranium. So for 500 grams, which would be half the size of this bottle, this is a 1 kilogram bottle, 500 grams is £80.95 from Mystic Moments. So it is another expensive oil. So that is something to definitely be mindful of if you are planning on using it in soap. It's lovely in body butters and things like that as well, and it's kind of more cost effective in body butters because you don't need to use quite so much of it. But in soap, it is an expensive oil to use, but it's certainly an essential oil worth considering, and it is another one that is fairly popular with our customers. That said, it is probably not quite as popular as our standard lemongrass soap, and lemongrass essential oil is cheaper than tea tree lemon scented. So if you're choosing between the two, I would still absolutely pick a lemongrass over a tea tree lemon scented. This does keep the batter nice and fluid. It has no issues with kind of accelerating trace or anything like that. And it's just another nice oil to consider. And if it wasn't so expensive, then I probably would have included this in my top oils for beginners because it works really nicely. You can use it on its own. You don't need to blend it with any other essential oils. It doesn't accelerate trace. And the only real issue for me with this one is the price of it. Other than that, it's a really nice oil to work with. So there we go. That is 5 more essential oils that I think are nice essential oils to use within soap making. Some of them, such as the rose geranium and the tea tree lemon scented, work really well on their own without adding any other essential oils in with them. And some of them, such as the fir needle and the rosemary, I personally think work nicer when they are blended with other essential oils. So that is about it for today. Hopefully you have enjoyed seeing a few more essential oils. Might do another one because I've still got more in our cupboard that I want to play around with, but we'll save that for another day. Someone's just knocked at my door, so I'm going to go and answer that now, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.